So you ended up breaking this into five things, five lessons that you've learned from the teams. The first one is they, meaning the best synthesis implementation project managers, understand how your firm ticks. What does that mean?
Yes. The best implementation PMs I've worked with just have this deep understanding of how to get stuff done inside the organization. And that means that they understand the big picture priorities. Like our big picture priority is to deliver really excellent, affordable housing that meets our clients' deadlines, or our big picture is to design and service bridges for our clients in this very, very knowledgeable way where they go to us because we know the most about their bridges. So they get it. They know beyond what's on the website, beyond taglines, they know what drives people at the firm. And they also know how to navigate getting stuff done. People join different firms because they like the firm culture, right? And different firms have different firm cultures. Some firms are very much we're taking the long view. We're going to move slow and thoughtfully and get there at the right time. Some firms, their perspective is we want to move as quickly as possible and we can absorb mistakes and we can adjust. The only way we're going to adjust is if we make the mistakes. So let's just get going. That's just one example of firm cultures that are different. But a good PM just gets that. They know how their firm works. And why that's so important is because a lot of this work is around leading change. And that means connecting the dots for people. So helping connect what you're asking them to do, the new thing, or what you're asking them to spend time on that maybe is out of their normal job description, with the outcome that that they actually care about, and then asking it in a way that works with how the firm works, with the patterns within the firm, right? And that's really hard to do if you don't get how the firm works.
Yeah, and so you listed some things what I wrote down was you understand kind of the strategy, whether it's written or not, and what's important and priorities. You kind of talked about culture. I would assume it also has something to do with relationships. And I'm going to throw something out there and you can knock it down or build on it. But are any of the people that came to mind on your secret top 10 list, were they new to the organization? Did all of them have, kind of X amount of years with the organization, understanding strategy, culture, relationships? What were your thoughts on that question?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't remember exactly if any of them were totally new to the organization. It's kind of unlikely, but I am thinking of a firm I'm working with right now, and their implementation team has two co-champions, one who's been there for a long time and is transitioning into more of a firm operations role out of a design role. Really gets, she gets the strategy, she gets the culture of the place, and she has the relationships. And another is new to the firm, then has kind of some background in KM and internet stuff. And the person that's new to the firm is doing great because she's paired with someone who has the relationships she's paired with someone who has the relationships and gets the strategy unspoken and all of that. And she's been able to kind of draft off that and build relationships through the process. So I don't think it's out of the question to bring someone in, but who's newer to the firm. But I think if you do that, you have to be really thoughtful about who you pair them with, either as a co-champion or who you pair them with for an executive sponsor.
How important is the PM part of implementation PM? Do they have to have managed big projects before? Can they rely on us to do some of that? What happened? What does that look like?
Yeah. The PM part of the PM.
Of the implementation PM,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's funny. A number of really great PMs that I've worked with have managed client projects, not big client project necessarily, but some client project work. They're kind of moving into a PM role in their career, but they may not have managed big projects. They may not have managed a technology rollout before. So I don't think that's actually that important. We do a lot of the project management. We have the game plan. We have all the tasks laid out. We're bringing that expertise to the table, especially for this particular project that we know how to do really well because we've done it a lot, right? I think what's more important are other things that are in that list in the article, which is the ability to lead change and just have a good sense of how to influence with or without authority.